Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows I am your host, Papa Joe, and I am sorry I am late today. It has been a fun, crazy day. Not really fun, but it's been a crazy day. A lot of things going on. Just trying to keep my head up, trying to keep things rolling, trying to keep things happening, and it's just been stacked at one after another. So thank you all for your patience. Thank you for being here today. It does mean a lot to me. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. What it does is it allows you to know that the content that's produced here is definitely worth being in front of other folks. The likes do the same thing. So when you get to the end of the show, if you like what you see, what you hear, etc., do me a favor and smash those likes. I really do appreciate it. And then if you do like what you see here and whatnot, do me a favor and subscribe to the Patreon channel. It's only $5 a month. It's not a whole lot. My goal with that is to have a platform where I can take the gloves off, since the freedom of speech is under attack on these platforms. It allows me to be able to also say things and not have to be concerned about what is going to happen to the channel, because I can just rework the plumbing. Can't really do that with this one. So having it through there allows you to subscribe to the channel and still be able to, if the plumbing goes away, I can just rework it, add another one, and you're still subscribed, and you don't have to come find me again and all that fun stuff. So anyhow, those of you who are part of that, it does mean a lot to me. It does help the channel out tremendously, and I do appreciate that. If you have been looking for any kind of educational material, any kind of newsletter, any kind of how-to related stuff, check out Crypto Confidential. It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen and linked in the description of the video. That is an investment, but it is worth it. When I say it's worth it, the folks that are in there are living the crypto life. They literally live crypto only kind of stuff. And people are becoming more, and we'll cover here in just a minute, people are becoming more and more aware of the need for that. And we kind of talked about that yesterday with burning the ships and whatnot. Getting to the point of no return, getting past that point and making it so that way we, the people, have the monetary freedom that we, the people, need. This isn't just here. This is a global thing that's happening. We'll talk about that here in just a minute, and it should be hopefully eye-opening in some regards. So, yeah. I have no idea what coffee grinds that is, but it's really good. I highly recommend getting you some coffee or whatever. Go ahead in the chat. Let me know what you're drinking. I would love that. Today may be a little bit of a shorter show, just simply because I have a meeting right at 1 o'clock on Wednesdays. So let's jump into the content, shall we? So when I wrote the title for the show, Bitcoin was over $24,000. It was at 24.1, 24.2, something like that. So actually, it looks like it may have hit, 24.2, thereabouts. So, and as you can see, there is some selling pressure. It looks like hitting it. So we'll see what happens. This is on the hour chart. I'm not too concerned about it, but it's really nice to see it actually finally run. It's breaking through the resistance, etc. This is the hour chart. Let's see. The last resistance for this was way the heck back in June. Let's go to the day and look at the last resistance for this price point. Well, technically, it's up here. So 31 is this next resistance level. If I'm reading, I don't know how to read charts that well. I know a few things, but not really great. Anyhow, the Dow is down, but the Nasdaq is up, and the S&P 500 is up, which is odd. Usually, they all correlate with each other. The past couple of days, Bitcoin has been up while the Dow and standard markets have been down, which has been odd. Finally, trying to decouple itself. You've got gold being pushed down, silver being pushed down. Divi is hovering. Come on, Divi. We all know and love the Divi team. They're doing a great, amazing job. The projects that they're doing is actually pretty impressive. The things they're working on is pretty impressive. If you got that dip yesterday, congratulations. That was a pretty good buy right there. What else we got? Ethereum hit above 1,600 this morning as well. And Matic is being slammed down, which is interesting. It almost touched $1 finally. Again. Looks like all of a sudden across the board, just as I started the show here, maybe it's all being pressured down. Um, it's interesting. Hmm. Doop-a-doop. Go to the day. The day looks good on Bitcoin. Let's see what the day looks like. Here, it's down 7% so far. I don't know, guys and gals. We'll see what happens with everything. It looks like things are ticking in different directions for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Mortgage rates haven't changed on the day or the week, I guess you could say, but yeah. So I wanted to bring this particular thing up because this is what you're going to start to see. Bitcoin tops $24,000 as hopes of a softer Fed action fuel crypto relief rally. It has nothing to do with the Fed action. On-chain data suggests we have hit the bottom. We are breaking out of the bottom. We are going to take off from here. I don't care what people think that they sit here and look at this information. If they're looking at this information, that's fine. Cool. I don't care. The reason I don't care is because it's not the on-chain information. The on-chain information is usually very different than the chart on an exchange. This is Coinbase. This is Binance. This is Binance with Tether. Okay? Just understand, folks, please, that when you look at the charts, it is not the on-chain data. And these guys want you to think, they're telling you what to think, that it's the Fed action. It's not the Fed action. It has nothing to do with it. Bitcoin's tired and done and whatever. It's down. It's done. Bitcoin topped 24,000 Wednesday for the first time since mid-June. Traders took comfort from the prospect of softer than expected rate hike from the Federal Reserve. That has nothing to do with it. It is a lie straight up and down. I do not care. That is not right. Ether climbed above $1,600 amid optimism over the highly anticipated upgrade to its network known as the merge. That has nothing to do with it either, because I will believe it when I see it that Ethereum is in fact going to do their merge. I believe it when I see it. Bitcoin broke the $24,000 threshold for the first time in more than a month. Hopes of a rate hike are less aggressive, blah, blah, blah. The rate hike, by the way, it fuels, in my opinion, the drive of Bitcoin, or it will. When it gets bad enough, it will fuel it. The world's biggest cryptocurrency surged as high as, I saw it go 24.2, up more than 8% in 24 hours. It's trading levels not seen since mid-June. So there's a huge surge there. And as we are seeing here, there's also pressure down, which is very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. You gotta love it when they come out here and the people who pay attention to this, which there are people who pay attention to this, they're gonna read this and they're gonna go, so the Fed is what helps control the price of this. No. We will definitely have some fun with that. I'm very, very, very interested to see where we are going to be going with this. I think we're going up. So I'm going to bring this up here real quick. Our very own Divi Daddy points out that Matic releases the ZK EVM. I pointed that out a couple weeks back, what it was, how it worked, what it was going to do. And yes, the merge is quite literally irrelevant. It does not matter anymore. Matic or Polygon is a very big deal when it comes to the existence of Ethereum going forward. For what it's worth, Polygon also has its own layer 1, own smart contracts. Part of the reason is the zero knowledge EVMs, stuff like that. So an EVM is actually pretty powerful. Smart contracts can now run effectively with zero knowledge on top of the Polygon blockchain. Yeah, say that one 10 times fast. Big mouthful there. Anyways, I am not really Ethereum. We'll see what happens. It is going to be interesting. So yeah, please, I brought up this particular one. Please don't pay attention to them. If you are paying attention to them, hopefully you're paying attention to me. I love you guys and gals. It's fantastic. Thanks for being part of the show, being here and jumping in the chat. We will do, if you have any questions, by the way, throw them in the chat. I want to take a look at them in the at the end of the show here for sure. Let's see what else is going in here. Oh yeah, this is a tidbit of an intro. Oh, what? Where'd the article go? Well, this is really going to be short. This was a lot more information in here. I guess when the page was loading, I was able to. I don't know. Anyways, Bitcoin is soaring. 3 signs the rally is real, and 25% gains are ahead. 25% is nothing. Bitcoin's down 50% on the year, which is fine because it will soar past that. Basically, once we can confirm and get through this part right here, we're good. Anyhow, Bitcoin prices are soaring on Wednesday as investors pile back into the digital assets amid a return of risk sentiment in wider markets. Analysts are ne- um, keenly watching the signs that this rally is momentum and where it could take prices after a recent rout. So that's not why. And we're going to get to why here in just a second. The reason why is very, very different than these mainstream medias will tell you. The next two that we're going to take a look at are very, very, very interesting ones. Okay, I really want you all to understand some things. The mainstream medias will tell you that it's because of the Fed, because people are okay with the risk, this, that, and the other, things like that. Granted, there is money there is money coming into there, but that's not realistically why. I have said many, many, many times on the show that we, the people, will eventually use all cryptocurrencies as our primary means of exchange. The reason I say all that, or means for commerce, because the reason I have said that many, many times is that Bitcoin cryptocurrency is the exit strategy. When the markets fail, when the economies fail, the governments will tell you not to use the cryptocurrency, to use the dollars that they issue because they can continue to control them. People are waking up to the slavery, okay? People are waking up to the monetary slavery that we are all in. And it's interesting that I talked about it, I forget, with Sri Lanka. Yeah, Sri Lanka's government told its citizens not to use cryptocurrencies, just not to use cryptocurrencies. You really think the people of that country believe anything the government says or will obey anything the government says anymore? The thing is that most governments around the world are kind of like ours, a little bit. A lot of them are. There are still some monarchies and some patriarchies out there, but that's just a little bit different. You need to understand. Um, you really need to understand that we don't need the government's money. We don't need the dollar. That's why I talk about crypto confidential. You don't need the dollar. You can live your life without it. You really can. And that is definitely one of the places they will help you understand that. So that link's going on the bottom screen and link in the description of the video. Definitely grab that. Share it on your socials. Check it out yourselves. I would love it if you were part of that. Especially since in the upcoming months here, I think it's next month, we're going to have a private event for that. And I'm going to have fun cooking people some food. So check it out. All right. This is why. Turkey looks to ditch the dollar in payments for Russian energy. Turkish officials say nations are considering using lira. No, not really. Agreement could help slow decline in Turkish foreign reserves. So if you haven't been paying attention to the Turkish lira recently, it's effectively collapsed. The people of Turkey are moving into using cryptocurrency very, very rapidly. Um, and if you look at the price, I believe in Bitcoin in the lira, it's skyrocketing, especially when in the amount of purchases and buys of cryptocurrency in that is pretty high, especially Bitcoin. Um, I'm bringing this up because these decisions are making people get into crypto because they're recognizing, just like they will all over the world, that cryptocurrency is the exit strategy. It is how you get out of the fiat currency, how you get out of their invisible slavery, their chains, etc. You use cryptocurrency, they can't stop you. You might be able to see what you're doing, but anybody can if you're using Bitcoin. They can't stop you. There's not a way for them to do that. It is your decision to go do that if you want to. Turkey's president, Erdogan, whatever his name is, will discuss paying for Russian energy imports with currencies other than the US dollar. This is also happening all around the world. The dollar's failed. No one wants to touch it. They don't like it anymore. Um, and the big bag boogeyman to enforce those rules, yeah, they're not doing it anymore. I don't know if you noticed or not, but recruitment's down in the military a lot. I would not be surprised if they tried to do another draft. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Seeing a lot of rumblings around that. Anyhow, discuss paying Russian energy imports with currencies other than the dollar when he meets his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin in Turhan on Tuesday. So yesterday, according to Turkish officials familiar with the matter. If I could get this stupid thing was all there before as well. They want you to sign up for their crap. The two countries have been working proposal on local currency trade payments, including for energy deals, a move that would help the government in its slow decline in its. I can't even read the rest of that. Whatever. It basically they're going to try and get Russia to accept the lira. Well, Russia will probably, if he is a smart man, will say, just pay me in Bitcoin, because that is a roundabout way of getting it. This is also happening too, guys and gals. It's not the Fed stuff. It's the fact that maybe, I don't know, the Dutch farmers are preparing to fight the government overreach by gaining financial freedom with Bitcoin. As government entities continue to oppose farmers in the Netherlands, Bitcoin stands ready to help those in need. I don't know. Y'all have probably seen this. I thought this was interesting. Just watch this for 2 seconds here. It's about a minute long or so. We, the people, have the authority. We, the people, have the right to say no. We will not tolerate the stupidity, the what do you want to call it? We will not tolerate at all being told what to do against our will. We, the people, are in charge. For what it's worth, tractors are really strong. It's basically a tank, and it does a lot of stuff that people don't really realize, and they can do all kinds of things. Y'all, if you haven't been paying attention to why this is happening, you really should go look at what's going on. They're not doing it anymore. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. That's basically what they did, trying to push their green agenda. Well, if you haven't been paying attention to recent news in the U.S., good old Flashbang is probably going to announce a state of emergency over the economy. Not the economy, over the energy sectors. And he's probably going to force all this green stuff down everyone's throat. And yeah, that's not going to happen. Sorry. Not going to happen. So it's week 4 for the Dutch farmers uprising in the Netherlands, and there is no sign of resolution as farmers refuse to give up their farms and government refuses to back down on regulations requiring farmers to reduce their nitrogen beyond the point that they can continue farming. Yeah. They're biting the hand that's feeding them. Inspired by the Canadian Freedom Truckers, farmers from Italy and Germany around the world are also rebelling against government overreach and supporting the Dutch populists movement to take back their rights. The Dutch government issued a plan in June laying out nitrogen emission reductions, largely targeting the country's agriculture industry, saying there is not a future for all farmers. Yeah. So this plan in practice means that in certain areas, farmers have to reduce their nitrogen emissions by 70%. Said a climate researcher, that means they simply have to quit. No. Bitcoin interest is up as fear of government overreach is growing. What does this mean for Bitcoin? According to the Dutch educator and entrepreneur, interest in Bitcoin is growing, and the most important single hook, what makes people's eyes light up, is the idea that Bitcoin is money out of the reach of the government. And that's exactly what it is. For all the talk about assets versus currency, speculation, inflation, hedges, the only argument that resonates with the farmers is that it is money, that is their own money. They are not controlled by any one entity. That is the power of Bitcoin, guys and gals. Here's a country. Just wait. Talked yesterday about Bitcoin having a $240 trillion market cap. Well, guess what? When it is the money that the world uses, it will end up becoming the reserve currency of the world. Listen, guys and gals, I'm sorry to do this. I have to run. I am late for a meeting here. Join the Patreon show this afternoon. I should have that. What's today? Yeah, I should have that normally as planned. Listen, and I do appreciate you guys being here. I would love to run through and say hey to everyone. I cannot right now. Everything just went live over at my other desk. So thank you for being part of the show. It does mean a lot to me. We'll see you all this afternoon, and you'll have a blessed rest of the day. See you.